Hi, Ukulele Mike here. Over the many decades that I've taught ukulele and guitar and other instruments, banjo, mandolin, you name it, one of the most challenging aspects of playing for most of my students is getting swiftly and smoothly from one chord to another. To be able to make that transition smooth and seamless takes some practice, a little bit of planned practice. Now, let's take a simple chord progression, F, G7th, and C. Okay, so when I'm playing that, one of the things you always want to remember is to try to keep your fingers as close to the strings at all times. Don't lift your hand off. Don't go F and then go G7th and then go C. But you want to be able to get it so that it goes from F to a G7th to a C with very little hand motion. Now, however, to get to that point, you have to achieve a certain amount of independence of the left hand, the chording fingers. And to do that, you need to break away from looking at your left hand as much as possible. Now, one of the aspects of playing too is you've always got that song sheet in front of you, and you're looking at it and you're going F, and then you go G7th, and then you go, oh, where am I? Oh, okay, C. Then you find your C, and then you look back again, you've lost your place again. So you want to get the skill down of being able to keep your eye on the music. Keep your eye on the music, let your left hand find those chords independently on its own. Now, when I was teaching elementary and middle school ukulele, one of the fun games that we used to have, we did this every class period at the very beginning as a warm-up. We did a little thing we called it the flyaway game. And I made it into a game with the kids. They really liked it, and we really actually did develop some independence for the left hand. And the way we do it is this. Now, this is counterintuitive to what I was just saying in terms of keeping your fingers close to the frets. But in the initial stages, say for instance, we'll take an F chord. We know that the index finger is on the first fret of the second string, and the middle finger is on the second fret of the fourth string. There's your F chord. Now, what I would have the kids do is I'd have them all look to see where their fingers are, and then they would take their fingers, lift them off just a little bit above the strings, but leave them in place, hovering over the strings, and then put them back down again. Then have them hover over and then come back down again. And trying to keep the fingers steady and in position, come back down on that F chord. Then we take it another step further. I would take them with an F chord, and then I would say, pretend your hand is a bird and it's going to fly away. So we fly it away, and then we come back, and I say, come back to the F chord, and then they would have to do it by feel. They couldn't look. That was part of the game. Fly away, come back to the F chord. And then when they think they've got it, they look down. Oops, I don't have it. There we go. And then they raise their hand when they've got it. Okay, fly away. As soon as you come back to the F chord, raise your hand. I've got it. Fly away, back to the F chord. Now, this doesn't even involve any right hand at all. This is just left hand. What we're doing here is we're developing muscle memory, and we're also developing the sense of rootedness in the fingerings on our ukulele, where our fingers belong. So we go F, back, fly away, back, fly away, back. And the key here, repetition, over and over again. You can do this on your own or have somebody call out the name of the chord, but you have to really be conscious. Do not look at the left hand. Try to keep your eyes straight ahead or at the sheet music. Now, the G7th, now to get from an F to a G7th, you notice the index finger is an anchor finger. It's the same for both the F and the G7th. So that's another little technique that we can practice. Be aware of the fact that there's one common note there. So there's an F, there's a G7th. So you don't even have to lift up the index finger. Makes for a faster, smoother change. Now that we got the G7th, we fly away, we come back. We fly away, we come back. We fly away, we come back. Now, I'll say fly away, and then I'll call F, and then I got to come back to an F. Now say fly away, G7th. Then I go fly away, then C. Now that's a little more difficult because you're actually moving up a fret there to the 3rd fret of the 1st string for the C chord. So you might want to practice going from a G7th to a C, G7th to a C, G7th to a C. See, it's repetition. It's all about repeating these little moves over and over again. Okay, then we go G7th, fly away, G7th, fly away, G7th, fly away, C. And then you look to see if you've got it right. That's going to be a little trickier. Now, another one that's even more tricky is E minor, because it's in a different fingering position. But now, this is the 1st position, here's the 2nd, meaning that the index finger is in the 2nd fret. So E minor is even trickier. So a good progression practicing with that is going from a G to an E minor, because that's a real common progression, G to E minor. So do that all by itself, G, E minor, keeping your eyes averted. Don't look at your left hand. Go back now, say fly away, G, and then I'll go E minor. We got it. Fly away, G. Fly away, F. And I would always like to kind of catch the kids, like they think I'm going to go to E minor, and then I'll say G7th. And they go, oh, G7th, okay. So this is a thing you can do on your own, or you can have others call these chords out and see how fast you can get those changes. The more you do this, every time you practice, the more adept you will be at making those secure chord changes and making them smooth. So there you have our fly away game. Have fun with it, and as always, happy strumming. Hi, if you're a beginning ukulele player, you might want to consider getting my Beginner's Ukulele DVD, The Wonderful World of the Ukulele. It contains chord strums, chord fingerings, progressions, and many songs to play along with the skills you're learning. You can also purchase the companion ebook, Ukulele Mike's Favorites for Beginning Ukulele. You can also get the baritone edition of that book so that you can play along with this DVD with your baritone uke. Look next for the information regarding these ukulele resources.